Point of View. This is Point of View with Shirley Polk. It's a wonderful day. It's Tuesday. It's the 20th of June in the year 2017. This is a day that God has made, and I am rejoicing. I am glad in this day, and it's the first day of summer of 2017, and they have been really talking about the temperatures today. The temperatures in Texas will be like 100 degrees. The temperatures in Arizona will be like 120 degrees, and in California and Nevada and different places it's going to be up in the triple digits. And we just have to continue to pray and let the will of the Lord be done. And He will, if we depend on Him, He will take care of us in spite of. Okay? So stay cool, stay safe, stay hydrated, do what you have to do in order to survive this heat. Okay? This is a day for you. God made this day especially for you, especially for me. So rejoice and be glad in it. Enjoy this day, okay? Now, I have some topics today. One is about being, let me get it for you. And, my eyes move. I'm doing my subjects here in a different screen. So there are 5 ways to alleviate anxiety. Then there's how to tell you are in the presence of a dangerous person. And then there's one more. Let me get it up. Let me get it here. Let me see. I have it here. That's the dangerous person. And then the other one is, I'm in Psych Central today. Psych Central, 5 ways to alleviate anxiety. Now let me see if I have this twice. Yes, I might have it twice, but I'm going on. Okay. God is good. God is good. And you know me, who I am and how I believe. I trust in God. I believe Him for everything. And I'm thankful to Him for life today. So let's get right into our topics here. Do a little adjusting here on my screen and bring up my topic. 5 things you must do if you've been emotionally neglected. That's the third one. But let me go into the first one. Anxiety is really, really a serious problem. Anxiety is, and anxiety causes many things to happen. Many things to happen, many negative things to happen because of anxiety, okay? So this is by Margarita Tartakovsky, and I've done her work before. Let me just get my reading glasses here so I can make sure that I have all of this before me so I can go ahead and get this done. And she goes on to tell us, she said, when you're anxious, all you can see is your anxiety. When you're anxious, it seems that all you can see is your anxiety. And so it feels urgent, serious, and overwhelming. And you wonder if you'll always feel this way. So you wonder, why me? Why now? Why won't it stop? Why me? Why now? Why won't it stop? So anxiety is a very, very serious issue here. And I want to do something here. I want to increase my font here. If I can get to where I can increase it. Let me see here. Okay. Increase it here so I can do it a little better with this. Okay. Got it now. Got it now. Okay. So, when you're anxious, they say all you can see. Margarita says all you can see is the anxiety. And she said it feels urgent, serious, and overwhelming. Anxious people. And if you've seen people who are anxious, if you've been anxious, you know exactly what she's talking about. You feel frustrated, you feel hopeless, like there's nothing you can do. Anxiety is real and it can overwhelm you. It can make you feel hopeless, like there's no hope, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, but we're going on into it. She says, thankfully, there is. She means there is something you can do about it. And this is what I want you to get here. If you're anxious, there is something you can do about it. It's not a hopeless situation, okay? There are many strategies to help manage and minimize anxiety. There are many, so take this and exercise it, use what I'm relaying to you today, okay? And so here are 5 excellent ideas, and there's a new book, Stop Anxiety from Stopping You, the Breakthrough Program for Conquering Panic and Social Anxiety. And it's written by Helen Odesky, a clinical psychologist who specializes in anxiety and also struggled with it herself. So I am a believer, that firm believer, in someone experiencing something, who has experienced something, who can help me. If you've experienced it, then you have some valuable help that you can relate to everybody else. Now, when a person has not experienced something, I'm kind of, iffy. If you studied it, whatever you've gone through, but it's not like experiencing it, okay, personally. So you can study it all you want to, but unless you experience it, you really don't know what it's about, okay? You really don't. You can't understand if you don't feel it. You really don't know. You can relay all of the messages from the studies you've done and all of that, but until you've experienced it, until you've been through it, can you really tell somebody exactly how you felt while you were going through it. Now, I'm not telling people not to listen to people who have not personally experienced it. Those who have the knowledge, the book knowledge, and all of that, who have studied it, can help you. But there's nothing like a person who has really personally experienced it. Nothing can compare to a person who has experienced it, and that person can really relay the message and help you out, okay? If they're good communication. Okay, all right. So think of your anxiety as a fellow traveler, okay? Think of it, and she's going right on with this. She said, think of your anxiety as a fellow traveler. And so different people have different strategies and different practices that they use in order to get people's attention and be able to help people, okay? So this is Margarita. She said there are some experts out there who suggest learning to love your anxiety. This is what Odesky writes in the book, okay? And she says, I think that is a tall order. She knows that she's yet to meet anyone who wants to love their anxiety. However, what is important and impossible is to accept your anxiety, okay? What is important, and possible is to accept your anxiety. So they say in order to, you have to accept your situation, you have to recognize it and accept it before you can do something about it, okay? Now, accept your anxiety as a fellow traveler. Understand this now. One that at times is needed to guide you to the right path, and at other times is merely alongside you, all right? Sometimes it's guides, sometimes it's merely alongside you, okay? So for instance, you take your anxiety with you while you're pursuing certain activities, but you are not using these activities to distract yourself from your anxiety. Distracting yourself from anxiety looks like going for a run and frequently wondering, am I still anxious? Is it over yet? So Odesky suggests saying this to your anxiety. You are here and I will follow what I intend to do regardless of your presence here. So come along if you wish. It will not deter me. Talk to it. She said, you talk to it and use it just like it's a fellow traveler, okay? So this is similar to what Elizabeth Gilbert says about fear and creativity, but I need you to understand that I always choose creativity over you. Talking to anxiety, okay? You may join us on this journey, and I know that you will, okay? Talking to anxiety, okay? But you will not stop me and creativity from choosing the direction in which we will all walk together. So she's talking about treating anxiety as a fellow traveler. Even though it's there, take it along with you if you must. And in cases you must. But tell it now, okay, you come along with me, but you're not going to deter me from the goal that I have set for me. That's the way to deal with it. One of the ways. Then you build your impatience tolerance, okay? So when you're anxious, it's easy to get impatient. We all know. And I believe every human being on this earth has been anxious, okay? So it's easy to get impatient. And you want your anxiety gone. You want it gone right now and yesterday, okay? So it should have been gone yesterday. All right. Now, you yearn for immediate relief, which is understandable. After all, who desires to dwell in discomfort? Who desires to dwell in discomfort? So, but Odesky writes, immediate relief is what you get with avoidance, which only feeds and fuels anxiety. So if you avoid it, she's saying that it feeds and fuels it, okay? That immediate relief you're looking for. So if you avoid it, try to pretend it's not there, try to ignore it, then that just feeds it and makes it stronger, okay? Now, this is when building up your impatience, building up your impatience tolerance can help. Build up impatience tolerance. So the next time you're standing in a long line, taking the train, sitting in heavy traffic, or waiting for a delayed flight, try to see if it is an opportunity to practice, okay? So when you feel yourself starting to get impatient, tell yourself, this is according to Odesky, so tell yourself, this is a welcome pause in my busy life. Also, take several slow abdominal breaths and savor your pause, okay? Then pick a nourishing activity such as listening to music, reading, doodling, or simply resting. Try to do something that will soothe you and lower that anxiety level, okay? Now, paint yourself relaxed, okay? Paint yourself relaxed. Vision yourself relaxed, okay? Dealing with anxiety. Anxiety can cause many, many, many problems. Many problems, okay? So this is a visualization exercise which you can do anytime you're anxious, need a break, or you are going to bed. Okay, so there are different times you can do it. Anytime you feel like doing this, sit with your arms and legs crossed or uncrossed. See, I read it too fast. Sit with your arms and legs uncrossed. My brain is traveling quicker than my eyes, okay? So after closing your eyes, picture a warm paint color like yellow or orange. Okay, look, see if you see that yellow or orange, okay? Starting at the tips of your toes, picture this color slowly spreading over you, okay? And spreading a warm, relaxing sensation over your body. This warm sensation is just the right temperature. Visualizing this, okay? We get ourselves in a frame of mind, meditation, and visualize this. Then picture the color moving up your ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hips, stomach, chest, and shoulders. Picture it spreading relaxing warmth down your arms and down the tips of your fingertips, okay? Now, next, picture it going up your neck, your face, and your scalp. Now keep your eyes closed. and practice deep breathing for several minutes. After you've done this, open your eyes. Tune into how you're feeling. Okay? See how you're feeling. Tune into how you're feeling. That's a good exercise. Okay? I haven't practiced it yet. All right? So use active, realistic affirmations. Use active. This is our next step. Use active, realistic affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself with the purpose of motivating you and encouraging your progress. This is still Odesky talking to her in her book, okay? She said, this isn't about faking positivity. Remember this. This is not about faking positivity and pretending you're totally fine and anxiety-free when clearly you're not. For example, saying, I am free of anxiety when you're really freaking out, okay? So don't pretend. Don't play with it, okay? It is what it is, and so you have to deal with it as it is, all right? So according to Odesky, affirmations are in the present tense, future-oriented, and use active language. She suggests practicing your affirmation every day, either in the morning or at night. So here's an example. Each day I am taking steps and learning to better manage my anxiety. Each day I'm making steps and trying to better manage my anxiety. What affirmation feels supportive to you? What is best for you? What affirmation is best for you, feels supportive to you? Whatever it is, that's what you use, okay? Each person has to tailor it to themselves, okay? And what is good for you might not be good for someone else. So you tailor it to your good, okay? Now, imagine your anxiety as a cartoon character. Imagine it as a cartoon character. Anxiety often feels heavy and sounds dire and serious in its warnings. So this is Odesky still talking, okay? So this exercise is designed to bring some levity to it. When Odesky does this exercise with clients, they start laughing, which is liberating because, again, anxiety feels so grave. Anxiety is no joke, I'm telling you. So picture what your cartoon character looks like and sounds like. Actually drawing and describing it. Using your cartoon voice. Say aloud what your anxiety tells you. Then check in with how you feel, all right? So this is a good way to imagine it, okay? So anxiety can feel frustrating at best. We know that. And frightening at worst. And that is so true. The great news is that there are many tools and techniques that can help. Try the above strategies and how they work for you. If they don't, consider adding other practices to your collection and consider working with a therapist, okay, as well. So we can't alleviate or eliminate anxiety, but we can minimize it. You hear that? We can't eliminate it, but we can minimize it. We can learn from it, and we can stop anxiety from stopping us. See, that is the point. That is the main point. Stop anxiety from stopping you. I have to stop anxiety from stopping me, from standing in our way of doing the things we want to do and living the life we want to live. Stop it from stopping us, okay? That is really, really good. Anxiety. We're dealing with anxiety, okay? These 5 ways to alleviate anxiety. All right, that was good. That was really good. Okay, now we'll go to our next topic, which is, and these seem kind of different, but I found these today, and I want to present them to you. How to tell. These are important, and if you've been watching me and listening to me at any time, I always depend on God's Spirit to lead me to the topics and the subjects that He wants me to deliver to you. So therefore, when they come, I deliver them because I know that there is a purpose and there is a point at the time for the deliverance of them. So I'm going to go on. Now this one is how to tell you are in the presence of a dangerous person. Isn't that something that's a little different from what I just did? But this is what I am led to do. How to tell you are in the presence of a dangerous person. My goodness, and I'm going to go ahead and do my, nope, not that. Get my font here. Trying to make sure that I get everything up here so I can, okay. All right, let me get this. How to tell, and this is for somebody. It could be for me. This is Christine Hammond, okay? How to tell, and this is just maybe a 3-minute presentation, but of course with my comments and my point of view, it might be a little longer, but it's worth it, okay? It's worth it. All right, now. Okay, oh, what a tangle web we weave when first we practice to deceive. As Sir Walter Scott wrote this famous line in his poem titled Marmion about the Battle of Flodden, okay? Interestingly, and he did that in 1808. So interestingly enough, it is often misattributed to William Shakespeare, and that is so true. Okay, first person that will pop to your mind if you don't know that he did will be William Shakespeare. So his poem recounts a love story that survives despite a web of deceptions, manipulations, mischaracterizations, lies, and betrayals by two scheming people. Do you believe we have scheming people today? Oh, how we do. It's tragic how people have not changed very much today. Look at that. People have not changed. Life would be easier if every person with evil or selfish intent was quickly identifiable. But alas, they are not. And we walk among people who have these evil intentions and their selfishness every day. We walk among them. So the innocent get tangled up in a cobweb of deceit, find themselves in places they never thought they would go, feeling vulnerable and violated, and then left cleaning up the sticky mess of the web. The best way to avoid such a trap is to identify it early. This is very important. Identify it early. Identify it early. Okay? So, when a person can see the cobweb in front of them, they can walk around it and not have to deal with the consequences of being entangled. And let me tell you about the cobweb. I was going out to take the trash to the curb, my trash bin to the curb, and walked into a spider web. This was like last week. So then I went out the back and then when I came around to the front and I was coming back to the house, I walked into a spider web. So I can understand that that's not a good feeling, walking into a spider web. So they can walk around it and not have to deal with the consequences of being entangled if you see it. So when a person can see it in front of you, you can walk around it. But since it was like kind of semi-dark, I should say, hey, I walked right into it. And that was just, I think, day before yesterday I walked into one. Or was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. I walked into another cobweb. So what does that look like? And here's some clues. Number one, concealed true intentions. Be leery of someone who encourages others to share first all the time. But somebody wants you to always share first. You have to be leery of these people. And we're talking about how to tell you're in the presence of a dangerous person. Very important. So this is a way of learning their praise intentions and then adopting it as their own. You see that? In this manner, they successfully conceal their own true intentions of deceit while endearing their prey to come closer. My goodness. So the first thing is be leery of someone who encourages others to share first all the time. All right. Now, this concealed true intentions, we're talking about how to identify if you're in the presence of a dangerous person, how to identify a dangerous person. This is to someone today. If you look at it tomorrow, if you look at it a year from now, this is for someone. I know it is. I know it is. 2, effortless work. Okay? So this deceptive person takes credit for the work of others. They gather information, projects, and insights from others and place their name on the top of the list. If it seems like someone needs to have their hand in everyone's assignments, it is because they are looking for opportunities to take advantage of others. My goodness. Next, number 3 is unnecessary drama. Unnecessary drama. The easiest sleight of hand is to create an irresistible proposal or unnecessary drama. This forces the other person to come to the deceiver and address the issue. Wow. Then the issue is tossed aside as the deceiver attacks on an entirely different, unexpected front. My goodness. So by avoiding the confrontation alone and having a companion along to listen, this can be evaded. My. Number 4, withholding instruction. Wow. How to tell if you are in the presence of a dangerous person. Withholding instruction is number 4. One of the ways to keep a person dependent is to teach a small amount of information, but withhold valuable knowledge so that they will fail without the schemer. My. So this process fosters more independence for the wrong party and more dependence on them for the prey. My goodness. They seem simple, but they're not. And this is very important. It seems so minute, but it is very important. Okay? Okay. And there is a scripture in the Bible says it's the small foxes that destroy the vine. Okay? Wow. Unsuspecting gifts. A quick way to disarm a person is to give them a surprise gift for no reason. This simple gesture breaks down the guard of the prey, while simultaneously making them feel indebted to the deceiver. Remember, a gift is just that, a gift. There's no need to return the favor. And if we can, I have to convince myself of that. Because when someone does something for me, then I feel obligated to, if it's just a small obligation, I feel obligated to return that. And so therefore, I'm not satisfied unless I eventually return a gift or, you know what I'm saying, okay? Return it. It's just the way I am. It's just the way I am. But you know what? I'm not putting myself in this position. Remember, a gift is just a gift. You have to remember that. There's no need to return the favor. So when a person gives you a gift, it's a gift. No need to feel obligated and return the favor, even though so many of us do, okay? And eventually, if we get around to it, we can, okay? And so just remind them a gift is just a gift, all right? Either way, on either side, all right? So beneficial alliances. Most disingenuous people form multiple alliances in case they are needed in the future. A common tactic of deception is to discover some advantage to the prey for this allegiance. Now, the more dirty it is, the better. They can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by later using this dirty to form a deeper, unholy commitment or use it against the prey when needed. And I remember so well, and there is a saying that says, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Don't tell everything. Like Marina from Denison said, don't tell all you know, but know what to tell. And that is a great saying. Don't tell all you know, but know what to tell. Okay? 7, we're talking about how to be able to tell if you're in the presence of a dangerous person. Okay, number 7 is sneaky questions. And people are inquisitive, and if you're not careful, if you're not really aware or alert, they'll sneak something in there and then you'll answer it before you know it. You have to really watch people. I never will forget, many years ago, a lady said something to me, and before I knew it, I said, or something like that. And then later on, by the actions of another person, I could tell that she had taken what she had asked or said to come in and taken it to the other person. The other person had some kind of ill will toward me, but I didn't think about it until after I answered it, and I wasn't answering it in a negative way. But people, you have to be careful. This is why this is coming, to let you know that you can be aware of it, and then you'll know when you're in the company of a dangerous person. Because people can say things or they can ask you something, and if you're not really alert and quick, they will fool you, and you'll say something and you'll think, oh, I didn't mean, not like that. But then it's out there when a person is a deceptive and a mean and an evil person. They'll take that and use it. And even the good that you do, they'll take that and switch it around. And somebody out here will believe them in the negative, okay? Sneaky questions. Another tactic used by a dishonest person is to appear friendly while secretly gathering valuable information about a person's weaknesses. This is really fun. Benign questions timed inappropriately are designed to catch a person off guard and encourage an honest response. After revealing their vulnerabilities, the prey often finds that the information is shared to their detriment. You hear that? You hear that? My goodness. Now, number 8, there's a time scarcity. A scheming person, you hear this? A scheming person will time their disappearing act just in a moment that they are most needed. My goodness. So this is done to highlight the want of them to the point of desperation. Excuse me. Then they will reappear just in time. You hear that? They'll reappear just in time to save the day and thus reestablish their value and worth. Sometimes they even go to the length of creating a crisis just to drive this point home. Have you ever been in the company of someone like this? There are many out there. Remember the other day I said there are people who practice deception. They practice it, and they're good at it. But you know what? We have to be good at recognizing this. And this is why this is coming forth today in this manner, so that you can be able to recognize, have that knowledge, and be able to know when a person is a dangerous person to you. Okay? Unpredictable behavior. Oh, wow. One of the effective tools of terrorism is the absence of predictability. You hear that? On a smaller scale, a devious person frequently changes their patterns and habits to keep others guessing. So this forces anyone who might be onto them to spend ridiculous amounts of time and energy trying to guess their unpredictable behavior. Wow. Number 10, faked dominance. To keep their prey from realizing just how smart or clever they are, you hear that? A deceptive person will fake their dominance. This allows the deceiver time to better assess their prey and gather information before attacking. My goodness. It is also an effective method of concealing ulterior motives. Wow. Now we go to number 11, courting superiors. It is difficult for a person in a position of power over a deceiver to see the deception, okay? Others may have seen it and even correctly identified it, but the person in power will not. Now, this is because the schemer openly yields to their superior, flatters them, and even plays the victim so the influential person has cause to help them. Of course, they will do this indirectly so they can later claim deniability should the person of power lose their position. Isn't that something? Wow. 12. Trail of scapegoats. The last and best method of detecting a devious person is to look at the trail of victims or scapegoats left in their wake. If a person has a long list of such people, it's usually because they refuse to accept responsibility for their contribution to whatever damage occurred. Avoid anyone who consistently blames others for their circumstances. So learning these 12 telltale signs of a deceptive person will help to prevent the sum of the trappings. Okay, that's not worded right. So learning these 12 telltale signs of a deceptive person will help to prevent them from trapping you. Okay, now, okay, some of the trappings. Okay, so of course the best signal is intuition that something is not right. Don't ignore your intuition. Trust those instincts and it will be easier to avoid a scheming snare. And so many times we second guess ourselves and then we end up in trouble. Okay? Be very, very careful. And Christine Hammond is a licensed mental health counselor and a national certified counselor who lives in Orlando. This is great information, and it might not be for you, but it might be for you to relate to someone else, okay? So take this and share it. And this is in Psych Central, okay? PsychCentral.com. Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's a great day. It's the first day of summer. And here in Texas, they say it should be around 100. In the other states, they say like 120. Some of them in the 100s and the teens. And, oh my goodness. So just be safe. Take care of yourself. I love you. This is Point of View with Shirley Polk. Enjoy the remainder of your day.